What up? What up? Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Appreciate everybody tuning into my channel. Once again, Untouchable Conservative, where we always try to tackle the tough topics that nobody wants to talk about on my channel. I do appreciate you, as always, rocking with me. You can be anywhere in the world, but you choose to click on my channel and you choose to rock with me. Now, in Detroit currently it's about 100 degrees. Let me recording this video. We at the end of June. It's hot, man. It's hot. I got the air on. I hope I'm gonna turn it down a little bit because I know in my last video it was like it was blasting. So I'm gonna bear with the heat so I can make this video for y'all. Yeah, so I had a young lady ask me, younger lady, very nice looking young lady, at my, one of my clients. I do landscaping, and she's a little bit older, but definitely an attractive young lady. And she said, I'm having a hard time finding a man that I like that fits my criteria of what I'm looking for. And she's a very well-to-do young lady. And, very, I would say she's kind of high maintenance, but, she just was wondering. She was watching the NBA draft, and she was watching a lot of NFL players. And she said, I don't understand what they see in these white women. They choosing these white women to, chains getting tangled up. Got too many on. She was like, I don't understand why all these black athletes want a white wife. So this is how our conversation went. Okay, first off, I've never been with a white woman. I never pursued a white woman. And I'm gonna do the best I can from a black male perspective on why these athletes are choosing white women or other women from different cultures to be with. I'm gonna talk about the good, I'm gonna talk about the bad, without taking up too much of your time. I'm gonna talk about the bad first. Now, the disillusion with being with a white woman for a black man is a lot of downfalls, because, we seen what happened to Shannon Sharpe. Everything that happened with him with the OnlyFans model. They gonna drag you through the mud, and they could get you caught up. I mean, any woman really can, but it looks especially bad when it's a high-end athlete and he just get decimated by this little bitty OnlyFans model that looked like she about 18. I don't know what Shannon Sharpe might have saw in her. So it just looks real bad, and I think it was another athlete in the NBA. He got caught up with one, and they falling for these OnlyFans models. They really are. A lot of black men are just falling for these Instagram models and these OnlyFans models. And I think Shannon Sharpe had to pay her a couple $1 million, man, which would have just looked terrible. Looked bad. Oh, Sharon Moore at Michigan. He got caught up too, man. Got caught up big time. He got real lucky, man. He got his case dismissed. He had a real good lawyer team, but he had got the white girl at Michigan's pregnant, and allegedly he was stalking her and buying her, and he put her on the payroll and all this other stuff. So, you know, black men, we got to be careful who we bring into our energy. You know what I'm saying? We got to be extremely careful who we bring into our energy, man, because it's a lot of other minority women that's really preying on black men. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's sad, you know, that, you know, things like this happen. And I'm gonna tell you, man, everybody, every culture is rooting against black men. And I don't know why. I don't know why, dog. I ain't got a defined answer for you on that. But every culture is rooting against black men to fail. You know, but ultimately, being honest, we fail ourselves because sometimes we put ourselves in just bad situations, bro. We just put ourselves in bad situations, and we gotta think. You know, everything that glitter ain't gold. You know what I mean? Everything glitter that ain't gold. So that's the bad part. That's the bad part. Okay. Oh, I forgot to tell you too. So I've been a manager in retail, professional retail, corporate, for about 15 years. And this is not me joking. This is not me trying to target white women, because that's not what I do. I love all people the same. But it is coincidental that in my 15-year run as a manager, I did have 2 white women try to get me fired. One of them lied, and I was teaching her how to drive the high-low, and she said I touched her hand inappropriately, and I'm trying to teach her how to drive the high-low, which was totally not true. And the second one just blatantly lied on me and said I was a racist. And she said I got something against women and white women and something else like that. So, you know, that was a total lie. So that's coincidental. Now, I will say I have had black women also try to do certain things to me, but they never got me fired. All right, so that's the bad part. All right, now let's talk about the good part. Once again, never been with a white woman. Can't tell you nothing about white women. All I can tell you is what my brother told me and what my friends around me tell me who are with white women. Okay, so this is not me. So don't attack me. Okay? All right. Now, my brother said white women are the best at giving head. He said white women give the best head. He said you ain't gotta ask them, you ain't gotta get them in the mood, you ain't gotta do a whole bunch to get them excited to do it. They love giving head to blessed men. Okay? He said they give the best head. Okay? They said white women will send you straight to heaven on a 2-way flight on a 747 jet, and they will do it. And you ain't gotta beg them. You ain't gotta beg no white woman to give you some good head. That's what he said. Black women, don't get mad at me. This is my brother. Okay. Other boy, he said, and this could be situational. He said white women are less confrontational. He said they are very lax, very chill, very well mannered. You know, they ain't super snappy like, oh, you better do this and you better do that and you better change the world tomorrow, and if you don't change the world tomorrow, then all hell about to break loose, and you better do this and you better do that and that and that, and you better learn how to do this and all this other stuff, and you ain't nothing. That's what he said. Okay. My other boy, and this one is very interesting. The reason why he said he's with a white woman, well, she's really mixed, but I don't know what you want to call it, but she mixed, but she looks more white, I guess you could say. But he said he chose his woman, his Caucasian woman, because she don't claim to be black. She claims more white, but she's still mixed. That's a whole nother video. But if you look at her, you would think she's white. But her body type is that of a black woman. Okay, but she claims she's white. That's a whole nother video. Okay. But he said he chose her. And this is gonna hurt black women when I say this, but we just having an open conversation. He said he don't like that black women wear fake hair. He can't stand the long fingernails. He can't stand the eyelashes, and he just can't take the fakeness. Can't take all the fake hair and eyelashes and weaves and fingernails and all. He say he can't do it. He say he can't do it. So there are a number of black men that always say that too. And if you go back to the 80s and the 90s, in the 70s and the 80s, it was present, but it wasn't as prevalent as it is now, you know. And I don't have a problem with women trying to beautify themselves, but sometimes certain women go overboard with it. You know what I'm saying? They go overboard with it. Y'all know what you mean. I ain't got that kind of time in this video. But if your eyelash is touching your forehead, that's different. Now, there are certain black men who just like that look. They like that look. Real talk. They go for that look. The big weaves, the big eyelashes, the big fingernails, it's a lot of black men that they like that look. Or if they don't like it, they like enough about you that they can get over it. But based on what he told me, and this is a man who makes almost $200,000 a year, probably more than that. He said he'd rather have a woman who's keeping all of that limited. And I couldn't do nothing but respect that. Everything ain't for everybody. And I'm gonna tell you the number one reason that I get from a lot of men who not only date outside of their race, and this could be something that, you know, somebody, you know, it's gonna be somebody looking at this video and say, you know, this is total bullshit. But it's gonna be also somebody that's gonna say, you know what, Jay Hustle right. Jay Hustle is right. And the number one reason my cousin, who married a white woman, you know, and they've been happily married for a while, he said something that a lot of black women just cannot be. And it just will never happen. And this is, once again, this is not me. He said white women and Mexican women are more submissive to what a man needs. He said they are way more sensual and submissive. And, you know, I can't speak on it personally. Like I said, I never crossed over to that side with the snow bunnies. But that's what I could tell you from what they told me. And maybe this is what a lot of these black athletes are seeing, because, you know, in the black community, if you don't have a big chain, if you don't drive a super fresh car, you know, if you ain't geared to the T, if you ain't got Jordans on, if you ain't got some kind of expensive type outfit, most black women won't even talk to you. So what you finding out is these white women are finding these black men in spaces where they really don't have resources yet. They just like them probably just because they getting bang right or something. Who knows? And they being submissive. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of women, a lot of African American women have, and I don't think there's nothing wrong with having standards, but a lot of black women just have an expectation of just, you gotta be like on top of the mountain at all times. You know what I'm saying? And if you ain't on top of the mountain, then they don't want to mess with you. And if that's how you feel, that's cool. That's on you. That's totally fine. You want a man that's gonna do everything for you. He gotta come fully equipped and all this. But you gotta remember, some people develop at a different rate. Everybody ain't gonna make a whole bunch of money. Everybody don't want a $100,000 car. Everybody don't want to drive a Benz. Everybody don't want to live in a 3-story house. Everybody, you know, some people just want to just be them. You know. So ultimately, without making this video too long, y'all gotta find what works for you. Whether the person is black, white, Hispanic, Arabic, Indian, I think race really don't even matter. I think you gotta find somebody who fits your energy and who's willing to grow with you and learn with you. You know, that's the thing. You gotta find somebody who loves you for you. Because if you don't, you're gonna be chasing something that ain't really there. A lot of people don't really love somebody for who they are. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of people want a finished product out the gate. You know, we all working on something, whether it's spiritually, financially, car, house, job, you know, spiritual life, mental health. Like, everybody grow differently. So we can't tell black men or a black woman who to date. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's crazy. You love who you love. You know, I don't see color. I see your spirit. You know, and if I don't see God in somebody, I definitely can't be with them. So, appreciate everybody listening to my video on my ride home. Traffic was crazy. I hope y'all got something out of the video. I hope God blesses you abundantly in everything you do. And thank you for staying with me and rocking with your boy Jay Hustle, Untouchable Conservative. Let me know, as always, is this a good video, a bad video? Let me know, am I telling the truth? Am I telling lies? Is this straight BS or whatever? God bless you. Stay cool.